Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tiz.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas, a show where three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, have a weekly conversation that you can join in on. And as always, I am 1/3 of the Podnas, and it's your boy Tiz, and I'm along with
the other third of the Podnas, the Padawan here, along with the dramatic pause. It's gonna work this time.
You know, it's facing a place.
And we ahead of the race.
Sometimes.
Y'all ain't gonna realize this. Patreon people might get a lot of this. At least this second go round. We done tried to start this damn show a few times. And it ain't worked out, y'all. I don't know, I'm gonna spit on my TV. It's been a whole lot going on. So just know, we happy to be here. How y'all doing this week, fellas? I got Padawan's story behind the scenes, but how you doing, Face? I was saying I feel like it's been forever since we talked, even though it's only been a few days, but it feels like forever. So how you been, bro?
Man, I can't complain.
Okay, man. Yeah, man. Gucci, man.
My Terrence Howard swag.
How you feeling, man?
When
you see a lion hair, what is it? Man.
man.
It's also a steak.
When you got one chicken, ain't no sides. What you got? Man. All right, I'm gonna stop acting stupid now,
man,
because this is for real. But I'm just, it's one of them nights. We feeling good. We feeling great. Feeling good. How are you? Basically, we about to get all up into this shit. So basically, I'm gonna start it off with the positive black news. You know, I like to kick it off with some just beautiful shit. You know, some of the cool shit that we are out here doing as black people. You know, engaging in, starting, active, receiving, whatever you want to call it. You dig? But yeah, that's what we're gonna get into. So let's get into it. The first story tonight is from NBCnews.com. Historically Black college in South Carolina is offering free tuition. We want to make sure you can perform with excellence without excuse, Clinton College's president said. A small historically Black college in South Carolina is offering all full-time students free tuition for the upcoming 2021-22 academic year. Clinton College President Lester McCorn made the announcement last week for qualifying full-time students at the school in Rock Hill. The school had already made a
I can't.
The school had already made the commitment to slash fall tuition by 50% for its students and offer every student a new tablet, news reports reported. So basically, now the college is making tuition free as the school hopes to ensure their students get a college education despite financial hardships brought on by the COVID-19 pandemic. So we got a Black college, HBCU, representing Clinton College. Let's go. Rock Hill, South Carolina, stand up. I think this is one of the dopest things I've read. As a person who is currently living under the burden of student loan debt, I can appreciate this beautiful blessing that they are given. Now, they are not very expensive. They're only about $5,000 for full-time students for a semester. A full year costs about $10,000. So we're not looking at like HU or the other HU, Howard, or like one of the more well-known HBCUs. We're talking about one that's a little less known. But the beautiful part is they're offering free college tuition.
I see how you snuck that HU shit in there.
Oh, you better believe it. You know what it is. You know. But what I will say is this is dope. The financial security and generational wealth you're about to allow a lot of these kids to graduate with is amazing. Like, I don't know if the college really understands the impact they're about to have on this population of students, but this is about to be life-changing for them. As you graduate with a college education, you're able to earn more in a lifetime without having the debt that usually straps us as we
Now,
start
my
off
question,
coming out of college. That is
my
fucking
question
beautiful.
specifically for the letter. Are they doing it just for the academic year, or are they doing it for like the 4-day full term?
Let's see. This is gonna be pretty much for during the pandemic, it says.
Mhm.
So that's good as shit. Especially somebody in their
Yeah.
junior and senior years. You come in
Yeah.
you in your junior year, 2020, they wipe that debt this year,
Yeah.
your last year. So you know, what about money? All you gotta do is focus on the debt.
What you hear me? Like, even if you graduate with half, so say you graduate with $20,000 worth of debt, right? Imagine the breathability you graduate with. Like, say even you got a refund check, so you had more than that. So we're gonna say you graduated with 30 grand, right? You look at that, that is an amazing, like, your monthly payments is ain't gonna be shit. You feel me? Like, you're gonna be able to pay that off and kind of pay in chunks because your actual principal balance is so low. Like, that is fucking ridiculous. Thank you, Clinton College. Dope story to start off.
I was going to say, like, being a person that spent majority of his college education kind of paying out of pocket through the family or whatever, that was one of the things that like hindered me from focusing. So yeah, that's just the simple fact that you there, and that's the one stress that you don't got to worry about, so you can focus on what you need. You're there for, pretty much.
The number one barrier to me finishing college on time. Well, the number two. Number one was me getting kicked out a couple. But the last few times when it took me a little longer than it should have, right? It was always because of money. Somebody had said, like, I got you on the financial part. You just handle school. Man, I would have had my degree at least a few years early. You feel me? So, and I still would have been in my 30s. Don't get it twisted. Like, I was fucking up for a long time. But I'm just saying, shit would have popped off with the bachelor side of the game a lot quicker had I had some financial help, as opposed to me having to do it on my own. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
And another way you can get to that financial literacy is through actual literacy. Like, it's proven that those who read at a high level at an earlier age usually do better in school, do better in life. So let's meet the first Black author to create a phonics workbook that drastically improves your reading skills in 30 days or less.
Oh, cool.
Meet Rosa Higgs. She's a teacher from Berkeley, California, who has proven why phonics instruction matters. Her phonics workbook series entitled Read 40 Hours or Less are designed to help Black students learn to read well and beyond their grade level in less than 40 hours of direct instruction. So in less than a week's shift at a job, a person, a child, or whatever, a Black person can learn to read and above their current level. Across the country, students are experiencing K through 12 crisis in reading skills. In the state of California alone, millions of dollars are spent every year in education, but students and teachers are overwhelmed by COVID-19 and distance learning. And the lack of improved reading skills for many vulnerable Black students proves it. The coronavirus was a test of America's ability to provide quality and equitable education to students, which led Queen Rosa Higgs to give us Read in 40 Hours or Less. These are her phonics workbook series, and jump on them if you are a teacher, K through 12. Look into it. It's a resource that can help your classroom and could just help continue to push literacy, because I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to tell you why I know, but I know that in the educational system right now, there's a huge gap and a humongous gap, and especially in literacy and fundamental math. You have, again, fifth graders that are currently really operating at a third or below grade level. You have eighth graders who are currently actually at about a sixth grade or maybe below grade level. So you got to think about that gap, that year of learning we lost. Some kids who had just started making progress lost that. Some kids who had been making progress fine have now kind of stagnated. Some kids who were ahead of grade level have now regressed to being on grade level. So we got to think about these things as we go back into just in-person learning. And this is a good resource. So thank you, Queen Rosa Higgs. Look into it. Teachers, people who do education, look into it.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. I thought it was pretty dope. The next one, the Queen of Soul, RESPCT. Find out what it means to me.
Remix?
Yes, Respect. This is a new movie that's coming out in theaters nationwide. And it's offering a moving insight and homage to Aretha Franklin's faith, artistry, and her legacy. Well, Aretha stands and fans, the movie moment we've long been waiting for is finally here today, just 3 days shy of the 3rd anniversary of passing. The MGM feature film about the one and only Queen of Soul, Respect, hits theaters nationwide. So this is coming to us via Good Black News on August 31st, 2021, goodblacknews.org. Basically, we got a movie coming up about the Queen of Soul's life. I personally am a huge fan of Aretha. Actually, I think she has one of the cleanest voices. The woman is whew.
Yeah, she has a strong vocal talent. Like she can hit all ranges.
Indeed. And like Maya Angelou, another of our queens, she has a really dope backstory. What you said, Face? I'm sorry.
I bet she was hitting them high notes back in her day.
Because I can't see your face, I don't know how to take that. So I'm gonna just
Put the face disclaimer.
I'm gonna move on to the next story.
Right face disclaimer right there.
Yo.
RESPCT.
I mean that. That
was mean to me.
That was way left. I did not expect us to be talking about Aretha getting no TCB on the backstage. But anyway, in the next story, Denzel Washington. This is coming to us from a blackamericaweb.com. Denzel Washington has never been one to go back on his word, so it's no shock to us that he is revisiting a promise that he made in 2007 to Wiley College debate team. Wiley College is an HBCU located in Marshall, Texas, and recently it received the fourth $100,000 installment of the $1 million initially promised by the Washington's Family Foundation. He basically pledged this to that school and their debate team, and he has literally lived up to his word every year since. So shout out to Denzel for just being a dope brother. Ain't came out with a movie in years, but he is spending all of that well-earned box office money, and he is dropping nothing but jewels on Wiley College. So respect to the king for looking out for our HBCU.
He had a movie come out recently.
Say that one more again.
He had a movie come out recently.
What was it?
He was a detective. He was a former detective, and he turned into like a security guard or some shit. He was helping somebody else do some detective work. I forgot the name of it. It was a good ass movie though. I think it came out in 2020.
You have to start putting me up on these kind of movies, and you would know. Like with Face is the movie buff. He sees all of the great movies that are out and the obscure ones that nobody's ever heard about. So
you know,
the little things.
Yeah,
is that it?
What'd you say?
The Little Things.
Yeah, that's it.
The Little, yeah, because it said it came out this year.
Good ass movie. Man. That's a great fucking movie. Great movie.
Thank you for the fact correction. Glad we didn't have to, come back with a retraction. Glad Faces here. This is why we have 3 Podnas, because each one has a unique gift. But yeah, so shout out to Denzel for spending that. What was the name of the movie? Shout that movie out one more time.
The Little Things.
The Little Things. Shout out to him spending that good the Little Things money on a great cause. And shout out to the Wiley College debate team.
Knowing him, that might not have been the Little Things money. That might have been money from Man on Fire. That might have been my training day money. Man,
Denzel can spend that glory money, man.
Denzel is a smart man, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure he invested all kinds of money's away.
This is a fact. And Shikari Richardson, beautiful young queen, super fast. She's about to get a chance to redeem herself. She didn't get to run in the Olympics, but she will get a chance to run against all three of the medalists in the 100 meters from the Olympics. So things are finally looking up for track superstar Shikari Richardson after being suspended from Team USA over a positive marijuana test heading into the 2020 Olympics. The athlete now has a second chance and is able to redeem herself at the upcoming Prefontaine Classic in Eugene, Oregon, where she'll race against all three 100-meter Olympic medalists. Team Jamaica's Elaine Thompson-Herah, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, and Shericka Jackson. So even though, you know, we kind of started off Shikari Richardson's story with a roller coaster ride from her, you know, meteoric rise to a kind of setback, she's now going to get a chance to redeem herself and she's back on track. So shout out to Queen Shikari. Salute to you. And let's go represent America well. Go kick them girls' asses and let your hair fly in the wind, Queen. You feel me?
You know,
let the bundle shine.
You know, I really want to know who was the event coordinator for this event, because that is genius. That is genius. That is some genius level stuff. I'm like, you know what? What if Shikari is fast? Look how fast she is. Like, we don't even know what she would have did against the Jamaicans. That's would have been a big question around Black Twitter and all the social medias and whatnot. Indeed. So this was, and then the bragging rights. If she did beat Jamaica, now Jamaica is
all three of them.
You know, Jamaica is known just for fast running people. I don't even think they pause.
I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm telling you, it's that ackee and saltfish, man. That rice and pea, that oxtail, jerk chicken, everything Irish. You got the glowing leg. You feel me?
I like to say,
you know,
I like to say shouts out to my tour guide in Jamaica, Sugar, the one and only Sugar.
Yo,
if
shout out to
said
King.
They did Sugar, they lied. That's how he said it.
Shout out to King, and I believe his name was Henry, our driver. Shout out to both of y'all. Y'all showed us Jamaica very well. Everything was ivory. And if you ever go to Jamaica and you are coming from America and you want to have a beautiful resort experience, stay at the Royalton, Jamaica. There's no paid ads in any of our podcasts or shows. This is just us showing love, but I'm gonna tell you, they treated us right. I got married there, and yeah, in Trelawney, especially. That is the one I'm talking about. So yeah, shout out Jamaica, to them. And yeah, Jamaica. And this last story in the positive Black news. This ain't even positive Black news. It's just interesting news in general. The census shows that the U.S. is diversifying. The white population is shrinking. The census figures have been eagerly awaited by states, and they are sure to set off an intense partisan battle over representation at a time of deep national division and fights over voting rights. The numbers could help determine the control of the U.S. House in 2022 elections and provide an electoral edge for the next decade. The data will also shape how $1.5 trillion in federal spending is distributed each year. The figures show continued migration to the South and Southwest and population losses in the Mississippi Delta and Appalachia. The numbers also indicate that the white population is aging and has fallen to its smallest share of the total population on record, though there are some exceptions. The share of the white population actually grew in coastal communities in the Carolinas and Virginia, as well as counties stretching through midsections of Georgia and Alabama. The population of the 18 is increasingly diverse. So what I'm seeing is the younger generation is becoming more and more just kind of fluid. This middle generation is becoming more and more white somehow. And the old white folk are dying off. Folks, excuse me, we're about to have a large population of just straight up mulattoes, mixed race. I don't know what you call them these days. I don't know what the PC term is. Teach me. Don't get mad at me. Just teach me. Just don't know.
I seen one.
Whatever you call the mixed race people, they are about to be the dominant group in society in America. So I just thought that was interesting.
I saw one where they said in a lot of places it's like a lot of mix of Spanish and Asian or whatever, which I'm not surprised or whatever. If y'all ever been to Virginia Beach, yeah.
You heard.
Got a lot of friends that Spanish and Asian anyway.
Indeed. Well, that does the positive Black news for the week. I hope some of the stories gave you inspiration. I hope it made you think. I hope it made you want to go and research some of these Black people that are movers and shakers in our world. And, you know, with love and grace, I pass it on to the king of the lists, the questions, the segments that make you go,
You know.
Come on, hit him with it, baby. Let's go.
What's going on? This week, it's just a random ass list. I was sitting back and thinking how things have changed in my lifetime. I'm an 80s baby, but I started to come into my own in the 90s. So this week, we're going to look at things that was done in 1999 that's no longer done today or seem to be negative or seem as negative. Number one, joking on people. In the 90s, you could joke on somebody, or as you call it, the jonesing or roasting people. It won't nothing. You feel me? It won't nothing. People didn't get in their feelings. You feel me? We were joking back and forth. Nowadays, you get in your feelings and you got to report it and all this other shit. No, man.
Can I push back on that one thing? Can I push back?
Go ahead.
I think Jones and roasting and all of that good stuff is still allowed. I think the context in which it's done and the topics about which people can be roasted has changed. I feel you can still crush somebody. Like DC Young Fly made his whole career off of just that. I don't know the dude's name, but he be like, "Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby, you look like that, oh baby." And then it's another dude that does it, but it's a lot of people that have made their careers off roasting. I think it's just roasting people for being like gay or a certain race or certain things. And the context in which it's taken, like when it's known as roasting and it's known to be not malicious, but I'm just picking with you, just playing around. It's taken a lot different than these people who are out here like saying some foul shit that used to be trying to say, "Oh no, I'm just roasting." No, nigga, you being a dick. I think it's just more of that. So I'm gonna say that I don't know that roasting is so much as bad as it's the malicious intent behind it is more checked now. Cause like we roast on each other on here all the time. Like y'all clown me for the intro. I clown Pat when he had his bag. You know what I'm saying? Pat to clown me, or you know, y'all both to clown me when I done fucked up on the fumbled up some words. You know, we don't fuck with face about Wi-Fi, like about the little weights. You know what I mean? Like everybody that been roasted, I think is just taking in context who's doing it and what's the intent behind it. Is it just to really just have fun and just kind of poke fun at a funny situation, or is it to like genuinely try to hurt my feelings? And I think that it's more like we checking folk on that shit when it's like, I'm trying to fuck with people.
It's more trolling than actual roasting.
That's that part.
Yeah.
That part. When it becomes like, I'm fucking with you with the specific intent of hurting your feelings or trying to get a rise out of you for no reason. That's when I think we checking those situations more. I think in the past, we used to just let shit slide like, oh, he just roasted. No, like now it's like, why you talking about somebody like that? Like, how do you mean that? Now, what I will say that I don't like is shit like when they did to Kevin Hart, where he was like roasting on his own son and making a joke, and people made it out to be more than what it is. You feel me? Like that type of shit, I can honestly see where you're going with that face. But I think overall, I don't think roasting is becoming bad. I think it's literally just, we sensitive as fuck.
Yes. People have gotten sensitive as shit. Number two, men and women without them thinking something bad. It's a difference between being a creep and being a gentleman. But for
Yes.
some reason, the two have getting blended and confused. And being a gentleman, holding the door, doing something like that, like most older motherfuckers were taught to do, is getting blended with the other shit, and it shouldn't be. To the point that chivalry has been shot in the head and killed, and motherfuckers is just it got a battle of the sexes going on again. For what reason? I don't know.
That's
For
right.
instance, I've been seeing a lot of videos put out by men and women, women stating the supreme purpose of the woman and how important the woman is. Sure, you're important, but no more important than a man is. Both are vital. Both are equally important. There are two sexes for a reason, not just
Agreed.
one, because the existence of humanity depends on both. You cannot
Balance is
create
key
another
in
human
all
being
things.
with two men or two women. You feel me? The
Big facts.
existence of humanity depends on both sexes thriving. Let's move on. 3,
Yeah, I don't think we. You know what I'm saying?
face-to-face interactions on a regular basis. With the advances in technology, you got FaceTime and all this other stuff. People don't really have to go see each other. You feel me? Like in the '90s, you would have to go see somebody if you want to see them. If you want to talk to them. You had cell phones back then, but to the point that you won't texting as much and all this other stuff. That leads me to my next one. T9 texting. Anybody
Who?
who's T9 text. You remember those old
Texas
cell phones?
Instruments? You talking about the calculators?
No, 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 no. The format of texting when you had just the ABC on one button and the next letter on the
Gotcha.
one
When you
button,
had to
and
scroll
you had to
through to
keep
get
text.
one letter.
Yep,
That shit
T9
used to
texting.
take forever until you got real nice with it.
Exactly.
Or until you got a
We don't do
BlackBerry.
that no more. Next one, buying CDs.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
That is real. Niggas roll up on you with a CD, you be like, what am I gonna play this on? Why are you giving me this?
Exactly.
Well, I don't have
I
anything.
don't have a
I
CD
can't
player
even
in my
listen
car
to the car
anymore.
real quick.
I got a port in my car. I
Yeah.
can't plug
Nigga, do
it
you
in
have a
anything.
jump drive? You ain't got no jump drive. You got no
Niggas gonna be out
USB.
here saying the CDs on jump drive now.
You got no Bluetooth. You ain't got nothing that
I got a
connects
mistake on this
in a
jump
different
drive,
way
yo. I'm
other than
saying
that.
jump drive.
That's
Mm-mm.
it. CDs are like
All
the
on that.
45s of our day when we were growing up. Like, what do you play this on? Like, we was growing up, you could play a CD in the cassette still, but the 45 was just like, what the I ain't got no, what am I gonna put this on? Why you got this? Why you give me this?
Next one. Using dial-up internet.
I'm glad that some things just should die. Face.
Yeah.
Some things should just die. You gotta wait. You gotta wait 30 minutes just to find out one question.
Bruh,
But
you
if you use
heard
the
me.
phone, if you got the phone, get off the computers, money to use the phone. Shit.
Get out,
I used to hate that shit. And it'd be right when you in the middle of a chat room, like gassing up a shorty or something. Like you be right in the middle of some cool shit. And then finally they're connected and you finally done been in there for a minute and it's rolling. And then as soon as you get some momentum on whatever it is, or you downloading a picture and you done waited forever, but it's finally almost there. Get out the phone. I need to call Shirley.
There you go.
Fuck Shirley. I hate
There you
Shirley.
go.
Oh, she
Hate
I'm
Shirley.
just saying, couple of
She make me sick.
I'm just trying to jump in the chat real quick, see what's going on in the chat room. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yo, y'all remember what else used to be will piss you off when you would be on the chat line? Y'all remember the chat line?
Oh yeah.
I've only been on it like once.
Bruh, the chat line used to be the shiznittle Van Samson. You heard me. If you've never been on the chat line, let me just tell you, go back and do your Googles. The chat line used to be crack. You basically would be on the phone talking to random folk. But when I tell you the fun you would have, like you would be on there talking to the most random people, and you could be whoever you wanted to be. Oh man, good times. But anyway, yeah.
Telephone tender. That's all it was. Telephone tender.
Yeah, but in a big ass group, like it'd be like 30 people in a room, and to like you would have to like pay a little bit to go into like a private room. So like you be running up your parents' bill and then like you be good all month and you have mad girls. You have mad new girlfriends. But all of a sudden, Mom Dukes get that fucking bill. And next thing you know, you cut the fuck off. So all them girls you done bagged up over that past month, you now can't talk to for however long. Oh man. Good and bad times. Go ahead, Face. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to go off on a tangent, but that damn
racial comedy on TV. Stuff like Sanford and Son when Fred was going at Julio for being Puerto Rican.
Hold on.
Back then,
You know that.
Back then, it was hilarious. I just watched that show 2 days ago. That
Hold on,
episode.
say that one more time. Who doing what to Julio?
Fred.
You remember on the Sanford and Son when Fred was going there, Julio, his new neighbor, for being Puerto Rican and having a goat, and he was like, "I ain't gonna have no damn Puerto Ricans in my damn house." And that shit was hilarious and shit because the goat came in there and ate some of Fred's shit too. And Julio was trying to be
funny. That shit was funny.
Exactly. That ain't gonna happen on TV nowadays. You ain't gonna have no racist comedy. And Fred would always follow up with this nigga here and this nigga that. Fred was one of the first people to say nigga on TV. They were black. You remember that? with no action behind it.
One of the first. Okay, I'm with you.
Yes, one of the first. Not the first, one of them.
Nah, but that's true.
Next thing. News that focused on the news.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The late 80s was like when the sensationalized news kicked in, pretty much, when they started just having people that looked like they were on an actual news report and saying opinions more than actual news or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. But majority of the time, the news, you were a kid, you wasn't even watching the news because all you were just seeing is just some stiff dude. News at 11.
Big facts. Big fact. News at 11.
Next thing.
Oh, Face.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I wanted to say a story. Like, it's funny, you see the newscasters, right, on TV.
Yeah.
But when they're off the clock and you see them out in the, just out and about. One time I was on the strip and one of the main newscasters around here in the 757 has a big head, big, huge head, or whatever. He's walking out at this bar, he's drunk with this tight muscle shirt on or whatever. And my homeboy Ariel was like, "Yo, ain't that
nigga what?"
The dude came out of the bar, main newscaster around here came out the bar. I'm not used to it because I'm used to him seeing him with a suit on or whatever. This dude looked like he just came
I'm uncomfortable right now, and I ain't never seen this nigga.
You said what?
I'm uncomfortable right now, and I ain't never seen this nigga.
I was saying, but he came out the bar drunk or whatever. And my boy Ariel was like, "Ain't that such and such from the news or whatever?" And he was like, "Yeah, kids, stay off drugs." And then he I know that don't got nothing to do with anything, but that shit was funny. I'm sorry.
I'm very uncomfortable.
You got to throw in them stories, man. That's all right.
Oh man, that shit was funny, man. I'm sorry.
Now,
It's all good.
moving on to the next thing on the list. Wearing clothes that's 3 sizes too big for you.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But back then,
Yeah, you
it was the shit.
eat all the time.
And my last thing, good music.
Oh shit. That nigga said, hold on, it's good music. What about Moray? What about Roma? What about Tobit?
There's some good music, but on a wide array, no. Most of the music is bullshit.
Well, damn. You done become the old nigga in the club.
No, you know what I think?
I'll be that.
You know what I think? I think
The thoughts and views of Face on music in general does not necessarily reflect the thoughts and views of all of the partners.
Oh, hell no.
Because I like it. I like some of the new music.
I feel like it's the same amount of good music out there, but it's just so much access to people to just make whatever they want now that it's so much random bad. This person should be doing music at all music out there because it's so.
Yeah, I feel like the exposure is just increased.
Yo, back in the
I resent my statement. What's different is the exposure to the amount of bullshit music that's out there now.
Yeah.
All right, can I just say this?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did we all vibe out to, I was going to clean my room, but then I got high?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay. Let one of these kids put that out now. But they talk about being high off a Percocet or WAC or one of these newer drugs. We'll look at them like they crazy. But think about how we look back then. Like the same amount of bullshit is out. It's just that what we call bullshit is different because we're older. So we see things different.
I can't agree. I can't agree with that song because he's talking about weed. We can go back to weed.
Nigga, that
back
song
before
is dumb as hell, and we love it.
So is I'd rather be with you, and he talking about weed.
No, I'd rather be with you as a classic. Like that's musically a classic. Like the musicality.
You got some people who listen to Afro Man who think that is a
was
classic.
not just a singer though. You can't judge Afro Man by that because Afro Man wasn't a musician. Bootsy was a musician. You got to judge Bootsy by the overall musicality of that song, like the instrumentation, the arrangement.
Yeah, over there where Afro Man from, over there where he from, he big where he from. He may not be big nationally like Bootsy was, but over there where he from, Afro Man big.
Talking about being a musician. Afro Man got to be judged on his lyrics because he's a lyricist. He's not a musician. He didn't produce that whole song, come up with like the actual drum, like. And if we're judging that, then it's even dumber because that beat is elementary as fuck. So we don't even want to put that on him like
that. The problem is now
he has other songs that are better, but I'm just using that song as an example of like what we consider dumb as fuck was considered by the older generation dumb as fuck when we were that age, but we loved it. And the reason we still love it is because it was nostalgic to us from that time. If we had heard that for the first time right now, we would look at that song different because we'd be seeing it through these old eyes instead of the young eyes that we had when it came out.
Full of dopamine. Like now it's more, it's 10 Afro Mans to one of like what you consider your favorite artist.
Right, because more can filter through. It's not that it wasn't as much bullshit music. Them same other 9 Afro Mans was touring at the same time. It's just that Afro Man was the only one that filtered through at that moment. Because now we don't have as much of a filter because of the internet. So like we're exposed to a lot more of the bullshit that's out. But I don't think it's more bullshit or that it's less good music. I think it's the same ratio. It's just what we can access and what is thrown at us is a little bit different.
You know how hard it was to get to an actual studio to make a song? Like that was primarily majority of my struggle doing rap. Finding somebody at that age or whatever. Well, it was just at that age where people were starting to have programs on.
How hard it was to download a song? You know how hard it was to download a song?
That exactly.
LimeWire, Morpheus.
Sure.
That was like the COVID-19 computers on the
right.
Pretty much. But yeah,
go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying, yeah, it was just I just feel like it's more access to stuff for people that wouldn't even think about doing it. That's all. You just got, and it's harder to filter through. But if you look hard enough or whatever, you can find it. It's just hard to filter through.
That is true.
All right, I'm done.
That was all for the list. That's all for Faces List this week.
Indeed. What makes an MC great? Been having some bills in the comment section with some people over our Nas review. of the King's Disease 2. Go check that video out if you haven't or if you're new. But in having those conversations and having the Royce 5'9" conversation and having all these conversations and having the Locks versus Dipset conversation, we've been talking a lot about MCing and the great rappers and these things. So I feel like to have these conversations going forward as a collective group, as a pod squad group, we got to come up with some like criteria that we gonna judge it by that we can universally agree on. So that way, when we talking about it, we're all on the same page as opposed to it being completely subjective. Like it's still gonna be somewhat subjective, but I feel like we gotta have some objectivity to it. So what makes an MC great? Like when you're judging an MC, when you're saying, okay, this is the top MC, not my favorite, but this is the top MC. What criteria are you currently judging it on? And I'm posing that to both of y'all.
I was gonna put out that, like, I want to put out that there's a difference between MCing and a rapper. A rapper, it's all performance based, but whatever. But
I chose my words carefully.
Mm-hmm. But as far, so when I say these things, these are strictly on MC. What I feel like is a good rapper is totally different. It has more loose rules or whatever, and that's not what we're talking about. But first of all, memory. Your memory as like, if you're just as far as your performance goes, your memory, your performance, just your overall music itself, as far as like how the music sounds that you're putting your lyrics to, and the message, mostly, or whatever. And then how battle tested you are. After all that, I think the battle tested part is like the what a lot of people puts, it's like the thing that puts them above the rest, pretty much.
Okay, can you list those things one more time for us?
Okay. So I'll say memory, performance, your, I guess you would call it musicality, or your taste in production, and the message, and then battle test.
Okay, Faith.
I'll agree with Pat on the memory shit. Yeah, that's a big part. You got to remember your shit. You can't be up there stumbling and bumbling if you want to be a great or the top MC. Let's say command of the stage. Top MC, you got to command not only your performance, but you controlling everything as far as the aspects, the background, the production, the crowd, everything. You in command, because we're talking about the top MC. We're not talking about, once again, my favorite.
So you mean like your beat selection, how you determine who's gonna DJ your stage show, all of that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Okay.
you on top of it, because I feel that those who aren't, or those who aren't involved as much as they could be on that, they're not on top of their game as they could be. So that keeps them from excelling to their next level. Example, let's see. Well, I mean, obviously JC, but
Right.
I mean, duh. But the command he has, you feel me? Like, that is the essence of what a top MC would have, the total command. Let's see. I go with the message, but more of, let's see, I'm trying to put in the words.
I was going to add to originality and creativity along with that too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a part of it.
Did you have more, Face?
Yeah, not the message, but well, not only the message, but what the crowd leaves taken away from it. You feel me? Because you want to be profound enough in your emceeing for
Impact.
whoever comes. You feel me? Like, there you go. The impact of that you have on your audience. You feel me? You want them to leave with something. You want them to feel like that was a experience. You don't want it just to be like an everyday whatever. You feel me? Like you want them to leave like, I'm glad I paid my money. That was that was an experience I can remember. Like it should be if you're at the top, it should be an experience worth waiting for. You feel me? Like your crowd should be there waiting for you. Like I've been waiting for hours for this motherfucker. Like this is the person right here. If you got people straggling in, you got to have the seats empty and people straggle in 2 hours later, and you performing already. Like, nah, you ain't top. I'm going for the revenue, your sales. To be the top, you got to have, to me, the revenue that backs it up. Because
what?
Revenue, your money, your cash flow.
Your ability to generate. Gotcha.
Your ability to bring the people in. Because it's plenty of people out there that are MCs that can command the crowd, but they don't have the crowd to command. You got to be able to have that ability to draw them in. You feel me? Like just on your name, they want to come see what you do. You feel me? Like, and then once they see what you do, they want to tell other people to come see what you do because of how well you're doing. Not just, oh, this person here, I just want to go see this person, and you go see the person, and damn, that won't worth my time and my money.
That's real.
You want to draw them in, give that impression, let them leave with that impression so they can tell somebody else about it too.
That's like part street credibility back in the day, as far as when they first started in MCs back in the day, you had to like have some type of street credibility to be even considered the MC to rap on the block or whatever. So like,
yeah, because the nigga will whoop your ass back in the day, you battling.
Yeah. So fast forward to today, that's kind of like what Face is talking about. Like that's the now version of that back in the day. Like you got to have enough names for people to even want to come and see you in the first place. Too much.
Big facts. I think I'm gonna agree with y'all on several factors, so we can kind of solidify our criteria. I think for me, definitely marketability. So I'm gonna incorporate in that the tangible aspects of marketability. So like, what are your record sales like? What are your singles like? What are your show revenues like? What is your merchandising like? When you do a brand deal, how well does that brand take off because of your name being attached to it? So marketability. I'm also going to look at definitely, and probably the top thing I'm looking at is lyricism. I start there and then I work my way out from there, if that makes sense. So lyricism. How well do you use metaphors, similes, idioms, colloquialisms, entendres? Like, how well do you put those together to paint a narrative or to say what you're trying to say in a way that I wouldn't have thought to say it, or I would have thought to say it, but not have actually put it out? Like those things that make you go, damn, what the fuck? How did you think of that? It's right. My favorite ones are the ones that's right there, but nobody's ever thought to say it like that. Like it's right there, but nobody's ever thought of it. It's just there, and you were the one to find it. But just those type of things. So lyricism. So we got marketability and lyricism. Yes, creativity is incorporated in there, all of that. I would say another part that creativity is lumped into would be your ability to control a crowd. Like we're talking about an MC. How can you move the crowd? How can you be the master of ceremonies? How can your presence, whatever it is that you do, whether it be high energy performance, whether it be you standing in one spot for an hour and a half, how could whatever you're doing is captivating to the crowd? How can you make them eat out the palm of your hands? So when I go to your stage shows, how well is the audience engaged in what's going on? How well are they knowing your songs and singing along with you? How well are they like vibing to the beat? Two different examples on very ends of the spectrum. One of them we already talked about, Jay-Z. Very calm in his demeanor on stage, but his aura, his confidence, his je ne sais quoi, you feel me, carries him to where at the end, like during the show, people are literally going through every emotion of every song that he drops, even when he is calm. Then on the other end of the spectrum, you got Busta Rhymes, super animated, over the top, wild and crowd surfing, jumping in, like acting a complete donkey. And that's what captivates the crowd. And both have equal crowd control. You feel me? So I think it's just that.
And both battled each other.
That too.
High school.
But I think it's that thing, that ability to keep the crowd eating out the palm of your hands, that move in the crowd aspect. So I would say marketability, lyricism, and your ability to, your crowd control would be the three things that I look at. And it seems to be in different words, kind of the three things that y'all have said. Like I've just kind of lumped some of the criteria y'all had into one category, but it seems to be those three main buckets. So when we're looking at that, go ahead.
I was like, the one thing I like is like the combination of lyricism and performance where all right, you have a metaphor and you know there's always a basic way of rapping. You know what I'm saying? Just the way, same simple line for line rapping. But if you can flip that metaphor, flip that verse in a way that the technique that you do it is different, you know what I'm saying? The cadence that you're doing is different. It's not just like, yo, I'm Padawan and I'm from the block or something like that. It's like, yo, I'm Padawan and I'm from the block and I glow the, you know, something like that. Like I'm just off the top.
Swag it out a little bit.
Yeah. Like when you change the performance to it, like your technique and everything to it, that's like it. Like it's some metaphors that I feel like if somebody else performed them, it would hit harder or whatever.
How well you pick the metaphor to match you. Even. Like if I say a fire metaphor, but it doesn't match what you know about me, feel about me, my general presence, my general way of being, the metaphor may be amazing. So you can respect the writing behind it, but it's not going to hit with that same oomph as a person who it matches to perfectly, which leads me to my next question.
I knew this was coming.
Can an MC be great if they have had a ghostwriter?
It depends on the extent of how much the ghostwriter wrote. Like if it's like a hook or a chorus line or something like that or whatever, I'm fine with that, whatever. But if you're going bar for bar reading exactly what this person said or whatever, I can't put you in the MC category. I can put you in the great rapper category because great rapper is more performance and image and marketing or whatever. But as far as like MC, because like rapper is more entertainment. MC is like you feel what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel what he's saying. It's believable or whatever. Like even if it's the most outrageous thing because they're exaggerating because they're using creative metaphors to describe a bar or something like that. You still feel like the intensity of like how they say it pretty much. But like, all right, I'm kind of traveling off that, but like as soon as I hear you have a ghostwriter, in my head, that brings you down. You know what I'm saying? Like on your own individual lyrics or whatever, if you do have lyrics that you wrote yourself or whatever, like I would say at that point, you're a great MC or whatever. But like if you got like a critically acclaimed song and you're the main person up there, and I find out that somebody written like 3/4 of the song, you get what I'm saying, or whatever. You're just supplying the ad libs and the performance to it or whatever. I can't put you in the MC lane, but I can put you in a great rapper lane.
Okay. Pace, what do you think? Can an MC be great if they've had a ghostwriter?
No.
Okay. It's a straight up flat no.
I feel like that like defeats
MC.
the opposite of an MC.
Yeah. I look at MCs nowadays, and as they say, the culture progresses. I look at battle rappers more as MCs, and the more conscious rappers as MCs, and the more popular rappers as rappers. I don't really see too many. Let's see how can I say it. I don't see too many popular rappers, i.e. Drake, that do not use ghostwriters. I don't know if it's to save time, to put out more quantity, or whatever their reasons may be. Lack of or whatever it may be. Availability, lack of skill, just because, whatever it may be. But I think that takes away from their skill level, regardless of how you can say the words or how you can retort them back. You still have to have that ability to produce. And when a body of work is not yours, the way you retort it is not going to be. It's going to be a certain way. That's like if I write a poem, I'm going to say it how it should be said, because I know the feeling and emotion it was put in. You feel me? So I can invoke that when I'm saying it. With somebody else saying it, they're just reading the words and putting their own cadence behind it. So it's something different when your words are putting and you putting your into it, and then you retorting that out. So once again, that impact comes back into play when you giving your words to the crowd, because you're giving that much more of yourself into your words. When you giving that in, I wrote this, I was going through this, and I know I felt like this, and I know the people feel like this too. Let me give me this to them. And you see the people vibing off that. You feel me? That makes you vibe back. But when you reading somebody else's words and you just rapping it off,
it's your job now.
Really, it's like I'm reading a paragraph. I'm remembering a paper I read, and right. I'm just reading it back. You feel me? Like that. I'm just doing public speaking now.
Right.
Public speaking to the beat. You feel me? I mean, that's just part once again. Everything I say is a personal belief, because hey, I can only speak on myself and speak for myself. But I feel like people who do have ghostwriters and perform that body of work, that it takes away from your MC ability.
See,
I'm gonna say this. Oh, go ahead, Pat.
I would say, I think it's a general consensus, and I think if you want to put on the title of MC, you should want your words and your words only to be coming out of your mouth. I feel like that's the whole purpose of being an MC, is like your words are the words that are being exonerated at this time, or whatever. If you have a song and somebody ghost wrote the song, and then out of all the stuff that you wrote or whatever, that's the main biggest song that you have, you're not going to feel too much of like a MC internally inside. I just think that's straight up definition of MC. I want my words to be heard, pretty much. As far as rappers go, that's a whole different thing. I just want y'all to see me and look cool as I rap, pretty much.
That's real. That's real. I want to sell my words as opposed to I want you to feel them.
I'm selling the image more than I'm selling my words. You know what I'm saying? So.
I think when it comes to ghostwriting, I'm gonna say it like this for me at least. In general, no, I don't think you can be great if you have one. However, say you got a dude, he got maybe some reference tracks from a ghostwriter, right? Now, 80 to 90% of the songs that you love from this dude, they are his. Like he wrote those.
Mm-hmm.
But you got 20%. Let's say a dude like Sky Zoo wrote, a known ghostwriter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sky Zoo wrote all of these other 20%. Do we discredit that 80% that this dude wrote that we love, that we think is fire because of this 20%? Or is it, or like, how do we treat that?
We don't discredit the 80% or whatever, but that 20% hinders the 80%'s light. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
Like you could totally ignore that 20% on the low and just look at his 80% or that hers 80% and be like, right here, you are a great lyricist. You're being a great MC or whatever. But as far as if you're talking about being one of the greats, that takes you off the greats list because there's so many other greats that don't have that 20% or whatever.
Got it. So what you're saying is, when we're looking at the greats, we can judge them by the other three main criteria. But when it comes to ghostwriting, that's an automatic disqualifier because there's so many greats, as we call them, or people like, it's almost like you can be a great basketball player, but that don't necessarily mean you're a Hall of Famer, but you're still great. You're just not one of the greatest of the greats.
Mm-hmm.
See, you can never be a greatest of the great because there's so many of those that do not have ghostwriting on their bill. That I got you. Okay.
So
I'm riding with your logic.
There's a lot of great rappers with ghostwriters. There's a lot of ghostwriters that are great MCs.
Okay.
Because, like, for the simple fact that if you're that great of an MC, you got stuff to spare. You got the stuff that, like, all right, like you said earlier or whatever, this is a great bar, but I think this would sound better if somebody actually lived that life, did that bar or whatever. Like, I have a lot of drug bars because they're easy to do. I'm not doing them because I don't want to represent that. I don't think I'm the one that should represent that. Pretty much.
It. I got what you're saying. That's real.
Like there's a lot
of a Christian rapper who got mad gun bars, but they don't live that life, so they just got them. But I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm following.
And I think with certain things, like I feel like because rap is aggressive, I have my like loopholes when it comes to like gun bars and aggressive stuff. Because sometimes you just saying stuff aggressive as a man. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to say, hey, I'm the most gangster person in the world. I'm not, I'm not king shit. I'm not this boss. I'm just saying, hey, as a man, don't disrespect. This is what I do.
No, I did that. No, I did that. Because as a father, I will murk your shit right now.
Yeah. Like
that don't mean I'm out here killing people everyday life, but I will kill you. I will.
I don't
I understand.
But to protect my family. You know what I'm saying? That's like a lot of a lot of rap is early on. Rap was more like a guy's music or whatever because it had that aggression, and you didn't have music before that had that aggression that you could clearly relate to as a black person. Like there's like heavy metal and stuff like that, but they're not talking about anything that we're normally relating to pretty much with heavy metal as far as aggression, pretty much. But like I'm saying all that to say, you know what I'm saying? There's loopholes and stuff like that to the rule, but those loopholes or whatever, there's always another person that didn't have to worry about that loophole. They just did it. They just they checked that box. They didn't have to leave
checking box.
Yeah.
That checking boxes story has been coming around a lot lately.
It's a catchy phrase, man. You know,
Yes,
what I
it
mean,
is.
it's a catchy phrase, man. A girl on Instagram could take that phrase or whatever and run with it. All she got to do is just walk and say, "I check all the boxes," and then go from there. Don't steal my ideas. Don't steal my ideas. No.
I was about to say, man, you better get your sister on that. Let's go ahead and get this Podnas money. Keep it all in the family.
Yeah,
Hey, go walk and say that. Make this gif and this meme for us real quick. I was about to say, go get sis. Hey, sis, do me a favor. Let's go walk and say this line real quick.
Oh,
you about to make us a good lick.
Oh, the ideas I've gave to people for their photo shoots or whatever.
Hey, man, keep them ideas in the house, man. Y'all heard it here first, so don't steal our shit.
I only saying that from
if you do it before Pat does it, we know it was you, and we're coming after you.
Either way,
they're gonna take it for everything you got, because we ain't got shit.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. So going forward, what we've established is let's stamp the learning. Going forward, when we have these conversations about great MCing and being a great MC, you got to have marketability, your ability to sell records on a high level, your ability to sell shows on a high level, the ability to affect brands. Okay. You got to have lyricism, your ability to put words together in a creative way that other people are not doing. And then obviously the last one, how can you move the crowd? Are you an MC or are you just a rapper? Are you just standing there saying words that sound good together, or are you actually able to, with your presence, with your performance, with your general whatever, are you able to get a crowd engaged into what you're doing? So we got our criteria. Let it now and forever be set that is the Podnas criteria. Hey, Pod Squad, what's your criteria? How do you judge a great MC? And can an MC be great if they've ever had a ghostwriter? Let us know down in the comments.
No.
and now that we've discussed that, as I was looking down, I realized it was that time. It's currently 11:10 where I'm at. And it looks like it's about that time, Pat. What say you? What your clock say?
Yeah, I think
as I'm dropping popcorn every damn well.
My clock is like 1 minute behind. It's like 11:09 or something. I don't know what's wrong. But either way, either time, wherever we are, no matter what universe we're at, somewhere synchronized at this moment, it is time for the good and fuckery.
Let's go! Good and fuckery!
Good and fuckery. Good and fuckery.
So what was that shit that face said? Was that? It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. I don't know why, but that shit be in my head now every time I'm editing. It's time. It's time. It's time.
All right. All right. Episode 39, good and fuckery. We're gonna start it off with the fuckery. This fuckery, he is one of our Black kings that have started a lot of trends that has started off a lot of fuckery, good and positive, and sometimes fully negative.
Big
fuckery.
Draco?
Yeah, Big Draco.
Oh, for
Big
real?
Draco. You won 1,000 points. Yay, 1,000
Yo, if
points.
this was a trivia competition, yo, I would have just won. Yo, I literally was just guessing that shit. All right.
Welcome to the Good and Fuckery, and I'm your host.
What clues you just gave?
One better. All right. So Soulja Boy
One better
has reportedly gets offered to fight Aaron Carter in a boxing match.
I can see that.
That
makes sense. The weight class and everything, like that looks like I can see that. That makes sense.
As you know, earlier, I believe this year, Aaron Carter was fighting Lamar Odom.
Got beat the fuck up.
Oh yeah, it was tragic. It was so tragic.
Beat the fuck up.
Yeah, Soulja Boy, Celebrity Boxing has reportedly reached out to the She Make It Clap rapper to strike a deal. Soulja Boy may be entering in a boxing ring very soon, going head to against pop star Aaron Carter, not to be related to Sean or Dwayne Carter. Because he's white. He's white.
No, that's Nick Carter, brother.
Yeah.
The Bab was it Bye 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 or I Want It That Way? One of them damn
That was one
groups.
pop songs I never listened to. So
Those Backseater Instinct, I can't never remember. There's so many of them. Outside of Justin and JC, I get lost.
Mm-hmm. So I wanted to bring this up by saying this is what Soulja said. Aaron Carter, whoever the fuck you is. The Crank That rapper said in the video, 75 million records later, that's who I am. I know you be pulling numbers too, though, but everywhere I walk, there's millions. What's good? I see you boxing and training and doing all that shit, talk all that talk. It's okay. Meet me in the ring. You know what will happen there, right? So yeah, Soulja Boy's about that. I think it would be entertaining.
I hope he don't come out with that stance he used when he said Big Draco ain't from the hood. So that stance he got in that day, boy, that shit looked like he gonna get his ass whooped.
Script shit that all this time behind the scenes, he been taking boxing lessons and boxing classes, and this nigga's on the Golden Glove level. It'll be some amazing shit, some trip shit. He come out there and do some shit ain't nobody never expect.
You wanna put some money on it?
Hell no.
I got my money on Aaron Carter.
So
he's actually been training already this year, so he's used to it.
I never put my money on Soulja Boy for nothing.
Now, if you bet me that Soulja Boy gonna start a new trend this year, you got me. But on some fighting, Aaron Carter have already been training this year. He's more in fighting shape, and I feel like in a fight where they're so closely matched, experience is gonna be the main factor. Like they both gonna be sucky at fighting. They're gonna be horrible, but I feel like it's gonna come down to who's more experienced. So, yeah.
I don't think it's the fight even gonna happen, man. I think it's gonna be all cap, and Soulja Boy ain't gonna go through with it.
That's a high possibility, but it would be fun. And you get punched in the face, and all of a sudden you see him do Soulja Boy. I said it all wrong.
On God, if they fight,
on the revenue,
he'll
do it.
On God, if they fight, I will do a play-by-play. Like I will do a live stream that night and just give you play-by-play. All right, on God, I got you.
Yeah. So yeah,
Big Draco.
Wanted to top the fuckery off.
She make it clap, clap, clap.
That's a catchy song. It is a catchy song, and the dance is so simple that everybody could do it.
Soulja.
When it comes to marketing these goofy ass songs, he is a genius. He is a freaking genius. Anyway, next on the list, Colin Kaepernick is getting a show about his life. It's Colin in Black and White. It's a series about the life. Colin Kaepernick premiere on Netflix, and
like a show or like a documentary type show.
It's gonna be like a scripted show, and
I don't really want to know about his life like that.
Yeah, but Ava
maybe the past 5 years.
Is it Ava? I can't say her name. Ava DuVernay. All right, yeah, she's directing. So yeah, but I don't care enough about Colin Kaepernick, to be honest with you, but I still want it to happen because it's been, I just want more black stuff on TV because it's been plenty of documentaries and scripted TV shows about other people I don't care about. Anyway, it didn't look like me. So
I'm glad you didn't make me have to do
out.
a tears tape because I definitely feel like I want the show to happen. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I want that to happen for black folks. Like I like the fact that we're getting black content out there. Beautiful. But yeah, I don't care about Colin Kaepernick that much.
I personally don't care about Colin Kaepernick at all. His actions and what he did,
right,
I cared for.
Yeah.
But the person and his background, I care not for.
The cause is beautiful.
because at the
him
end of
as
the
a
day,
person was boring as shit
before the
before I heard
kneel,
about that call.
he was just a regular football player before the kneel.
Yeah.
Like, he's gonna do another background story on a football player whose only highlight in his career was the kneel. So what are you
Well, I
gonna
won't
end
say
it
that.
on?
He took the 49ers to the Super Bowl or something like that, didn't he? Against the Ravens.
I believe so. I'm not
He
sure.
did. It was when the lights went off at the Super Bowl. I remember that game.
Probably the one that went back.
It was right after the 49ers had beat the Falcons.
But really, think about it. Without the kneel, would he have this show?
That's true.
No.
I just feel like as far as a scripted show or whatever about your life and everything, maybe a quick documentary, okay. But like a scripted show, I feel like you haven't lived life long enough to have, like, remember Jackson's American Dream, that miniseries or whatever, like that was a scripted show. I can understand that as a show or whatever. Like they went through serious dramas or whatever that like were crucial enough that you can have like some type of rising point or whatever, a drama or whatever, and then, you know, a climax on almost every episode or whatever. But with Colin Kaepernick, I just feel like, all right, he's going to be a guy that lives in the suburb, and then he gets scholarship, and then he goes to the NFL, and then he felt like saying something. That's it.
No, I feel the same way. I feel like if they focus the scripted show, like a scripted show, the beautiful thing about it is a year can be like 3-4 seasons. You feel me? So if they do it like that and they focus on just the years from when he first decided to go this direction with it, or maybe even a few years before, like just his NFL life, I'll take that. Like his NFL life and his post-NFL career. I'll take that. But if they try to focus on like when he was growing up, him being a teenager, shit, like I don't give a fuck. And I mean that in the least disrespectful way as I can mean it, but I don't care. I honestly just don't.
I think, well, they do have some aspects. He was an adopted child of a white family, and they could, you know, that dynamic or whatever, they could do that. But like, oh man, like if it was somebody like a Denzel or Samuel Jackson or somebody like that's just had prominence for a long time in media or whatever, then I would probably be into like a scripted show about them. Shit, Chris Rock.
Right.
You know, but
yeah, like Everybody Hates Chris was dope because Chris Rock had put so much of his life into his work already. So you kind of felt like, okay, cool, I'm getting a little bit of a glimpse behind the scenes of what he was doing when these stories that he was talking about. I don't know shit about Colin other than he mixed. I don't care.
I know you probably got joke guns.
His high school lunchroom stories was not a part of his meal or his platform that he got big on, nor was it a part of his football story that I don't care.
I personally don't want to have no show about no football player. I really don't. There's so many other people you can make a show about that has had a profound impact on society that's still alive, but you chose this. Like, stop giving tokens, motherfuckers.
Yeah, man, give me a whole bunch of money and make a show about me. How about that?
I'll take it.
I'll give you something interesting to watch. Whole lot of money. Matter of fact, Jeff Bezos, all that money you gave to Van Lathan, bring that over here. Let me invest that here.
I'll put it like this.
If you want me to cry on TV, I'll cry on TV.
You want a real reality show? Follow a homeless person. Do they life? That's a real reality show. You feel me? Then give them that money that you would give to the real actors you put on these so-called reality shows that you take different takes and set up scenes and shit. That's not reality. You're setting them up in situations for us to see how they act. Reality is what it really is. Everyday life reality. So if you want real reality, follow motherfuckers who really go through shit. That's the life motherfuckers want to see. You feel me? If you look at interviews, the highly rated interviews is for people who live a life that people are interested in, people who the lives that people or that never will experience. You feel me? Like the rarities. That's what you need a reality show on. Not no scene set up shit. Reality. Camera, raw. Like whatever motherfucker is doing. He's shitting in the streets, you got that shit on camera. This nigga, wow, he's shitting on the corner. That's reality. But make sure you give him a percentage of that money and that revenue you gonna get from that too. Cause that's real too.
Yeah.
All facts, no email.
You don't see no goddamn Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, they could have picked a better subject for that. Like, I would have actually cared more about the Eric Reed story than the Colin Kaepernick story. They did pretty much the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But just nothing about Colin Kaepernick's upbringing that I've heard about says, ooh, that's going to be interesting.
Nah, not really. I didn't really know that. And me, I'm not a sports head, so I didn't really know nothing about him until the damn deal anyway. So
they could have gave me the Rome Bettis story before they gave me a Colin Kaepernick story.
I take that.
Well, like I said, the Padawan story is here. If you out there, Jeff Bezos, you can put it right on Amazon.
I take a Bob Sapp story.
Shit. Matter of fact, speaking of Jeff Bezos.
What you said, Face?
Lisa?
I said I'd take a Bob Sapp story before Colin Kaepernick. If you know who Bob Sapp is.
Negro, you's a damn fool.
Y'all out there who listen, if you don't know who Bob Sapp is, go look up Bob Sapp, goofy ass.
He is goofy too.
He is goofy as shit. He's like Terry Crews on steroids.
Oh my God. And Terry Crews is the worst. Matter of fact, Terry Crews is always on the wrong side of history. On the wrong freaking side.
I can agree with that.
Like, you know that debate. Like, I don't know. Maybe he heard that we said that he's like a lap dog for like white people or whatever, and just been running with it. But you know that debate about, with celebrities like Jake Gyllenhaal not washing up every day and everything and whatnot. So
when they don't wash their feet or they pick days of the week to actually wash on. Yes.
Yeah.
They nasty asses.
So Terry Crews, he of course wants to tweet about it, and he said, what did he say? He said, if you're not sweating, then they need a wash or some mess like that. I was like, you always
nigga, what? What about dead skin? What about like touching stuff and getting germs from other things on you?
Oh man,
I'll put it like this. I'm gonna go back a few episodes to basic male hygiene. When you pee, 95% of people don't pee correctly. Even though you stand up peeing, you peeing in the hole and you hitting the water. You may even wipe up the piss that hits the toilet, and you may shake. But you shake and then immediately put your penis back in your underwear, boxers, briefs, whatever you choose to wear. And then you still have one or two trickles, and that gets on your underwear. But you choose not to wash that. You better wash your private areas, as your mother used to say, every damn day. If you have a bowel movement and you don't wash your anus, you nasty.
Mm-hmm.
You got ass chips in your bed. Regardless of how well you wiped your ass, it's still ass chips in your bed if you don't wash your ass and you don't take a shit again.
Nigga, did you say ass chips?
Ass chips.
Same Frito-Lay.
It sure the fuck ain't Lays. Hygiene, people. You can't pick no damn day of the damn week. You better wash your ass every damn day of the damn week.
Sometime during the day. Some just do it every day. Like, at least.
This nigga said ass chips.
Everybody else. But just
he said ass chips. God damn it. I don't know if that was funny to anybody else but me, but it was funny as hell to me. This nigga said ass chips.
That shit's nasty. That is nasty. Like,
You're dirty, bitch.
Chips.
But that's not the first time I heard of it. I was watching this interracial couple show, right? Where it was just interviewing interracial couples on just different things about each other they didn't know. So they was asking each other about hygiene questions. It was a black dude and a white girl first. Just like, how often do you shower? He was like, every day. She was like, then he looked at her. She's like, I wash my top every day, but I wash my legs every now and then. He's like, what you mean you wash your legs every now and then? It's like, I don't need to wash my legs. My legs don't get dirty. I don't do nothing with my legs. He's like, ew, get your leg off me.
Oh man, when worlds collide. Yeah. You dirty leg, bitch.
Oh shit.
What was that dance? Stanky leg.
But just think about it, man. In that dating world, when you don't live with your partner, you don't know their hygiene regimen. You don't.
Well, wonder why I keep to my goddamn self. Motherfuckers is crazy. It's crazy. Oh yeah.
Some nasty motherfuckers.
Before I forget, because I kept bringing up Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is suing NASA because he wants to go on the moon, and he feels like they're like holding up his progress, pretty much. Just all up into it. I don't know. I just like hearing about space, and his bald head ass is just beefing with NASA. Like, who the fuck beefs with NASA?
You know, I like this situation a lot.
Hold on. Can you repeat that one more time?
Jeff Bezos, matter of fact, I'll just say the whole thing. Jeff Bezos' space company Blue Origin is suing NASA as the fight escalates with SpaceX over a lucrative moon landing contract.
Has anybody ever sued NASA?
Exactly.
You got to have that much bread. But I like the situation because of the various conspiracy theories about the moon landing and the moon and why we haven't revisited the moon after we landed the first time. Mm-hmm. So I mean, if they do allow Jeff to go up there, either one or two things gonna happen. Either there's some up there that was the reason we didn't go back up there. It's gonna fuck Jeff up, or Jeff gonna.
That's not funny. That's horrible. But like, I just wasn't expecting that at all. Like what?
Or Jeff gonna land, and it's gonna be just like we saw it on TV, and it's gonna shut up a lot of conspiracy theories saying it was fake and all that shit. You feel me? Because I mean, you know he gonna have it televised if he goes to the moon just like everyone else did. I mean, you know it's gonna be on.
Yeah, they had the space dick on TV the last time.
You feel me? So I mean, this is big. I mean, I hope he does win the lawsuit and they do allow him to go to the moon. Let his crazy. If he want to go, let his ass go. You can't violate that man right. It's like driving somewhere. You can't restrict space on nothing. He got enough space. He got enough money to go. Let his crazy ass go into space.
Damn right, let his ass go. Because I tell you who got two thumbs that ain't going.
Let him go. Let his ass go. I used to want to be an astronaut.
Let him go. Let him go.
As a little kid. I don't want to go up there no damn more. Let Jeff crazy rich ass go up there. He's wealthy enough to go up there. Let his ass go. And if his ass lands on the dark side of the moon, Lord forbid, whatever's over there, hopefully Jeff make it back. And he do make it back. Had some good stories.
Some crazy alien monster on the moon or whatever. It's just too stupid to think of technology to come to Earth. It's just stuck up there, pretty much. I just hope it's that. I hope it's something like that.
It's also a big ass rock. So it ain't even like it's like vegetation up there. This is a big ass rock. Like, who the hell want to live on a rock?
But
I'm assuming aliens would still want to have some fun. They're trying to live on a damn rock.
Yeah, but at the same time, if it's like a lower like species or whatever, and but it has the strength to live on the barren moon.
So a water bear.
And it's just there or whatever.
So a water
that's
bear.
scary. Like that means they don't really need anything.
We
Like
got water bears, nigga. They can do that, and we got them right now.
I'm just saying, what if the water bear is bigger than these little microscopic water bears we talking about?
So you're talking an inch.
I'm talking about our size or bigger, and it's bigger, and it's able to like sustain itself on a barren rock in space. Just chill.
Rest in peace, Jeff. Thank you for Amazon.
I mean, people don't think about that because it's not really one of those common things to think about. But like, when you go to the moon and you find something there, and
my name is Jeff,
and it's a threat or whatever to you, and it just never made it to Earth, that means that it's been living on the moon for like a long, like extreme long time, and somehow still surviving off of something on the moon.
But it has never met a human though, so it don't know what I can
I'll
do.
put it like this. Just think about this though. With all that money he got, right? He chose to go to space.
That money.
Instead of exploring the vastness of the ocean and the bottom of the ocean floor, which we still have not discovered a whole bunch of. Now, we've been to the moon before. We've been to the moon before. You feel me? Go fuck with that. That's the real discovery. That's the real mystery, right?
There's too many PSI on your body per square inch, and
he got enough money to invest in whatever technology he needs to do. I put it like this, man. Jeff got enough money to do it, man. He got enough money to put whatever together that he need to. There's technology out there to do magical shit that we don't know about.
I know I wouldn't fuck with it.
Jeff got enough money to do this shit. Do that shit, Jeff. Don't keep flying your ass up there. Stay on Earth and do some shit underwater.
Jeff Smart. Jeff Smart said he gonna go where I know I ain't never seen no animals.
They got shit in there that they got like if we go too far down into the water, we blow up because of the pressure. And they got animals down there that can live through that. No, I ain't mess with them demons. No.
And we know it's animals down there. It ain't we guessing it's animals. Like we guessing it's some life on the moon. We know it's some bullshit down there.
Everything we find out there,
I'm good.
It's some ugly looking, evil.
I done seen them Patrick Cloud, Pat Geo videos. Hell no, nigga. The random shit he done found. I'm good. I don't need to see nothing else. It let me know I need to stay in my house and let them stay in theirs. And we ain't gotta visit each other.
So, I'm gonna go to some good right quick. Quick good stuff out the way.
I ain't fucking with no damn octopus ass chips.
Release the Kraken. I just want to let's see. Illinois ban hairstyle. Illinois.
Oh, Illinois.
Yeah, Illinois, they ban hairstyle discrimination. Black youth in school settings shouldn't have to be restricted by outdated and often racist dress codes, State Senator Mike Simmons. Just putting that out there.
I like that.
So next, Muhammad Ali's grandson scored a 2-minute debut knockout win while wearing a pair of trunks given to him by the boxing GOAT, Nico Ali Walsh, a grandson of the boxing legend Muhammad Ali, defeated Jordan Weeks by technical knockout in his professional boxing debut on Saturday.
Okay.
It's in the blood.
I'm assuming it was a cakewalk fight anyway, but I respect the fact that Ali got a family member that's carrying on the legacy after Layla retired.
Naomi Osaka pledges to donate her tennis prize money to aid Haiti earthquake victims. I swear Haiti always having an earthquake, man. And
Black and Asian people.
It's crazy.
Is Naomi Osaka okay? Is she well? She don't seem well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know she's sensitive, but her breakdown at this recent press conference got me a little worried about her.
I feel like it's more going on in the Olympics than what meets the eye. Because it's just way too much, way too many mental breakdowns and stuff just going on lately. Like, I don't know what it is. And I feel like,
where the Olympics at this time?
Huh?
Because I don't keep up with shit. Where the Olympics at this time? Because I ain't keeping up with them.
Tokyo.
Oh, yes.
Tokyo, Japan.
Ain't it a whole different set of rules over there?
That is that when you're doing it,
press and shit,
there's always
when
custom.
you're doing press and shit now. I mean, I look at it as the way things are covered now, and the way winners are so-called winners are publicized and put on the spotlight and given this put on a podium per se.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, on the pedestal per se. I feel like a lot of people aren't bred for that. You feel me? Like they want to be great in their aspect and just play the sport great, but everything comes along with it. They don't anticipate that. So that's a big strain on people.
Glory, but not the fame.
You feel me? Like not even the riches and glory. They just want the glory of winning. You feel me? Like they want to play their sport and that's it. They just achieve the higher goals than they ever could expect, and they were like, I'm gonna keep going as high as I can. And that fame and everybody in the face and all the microphones on the camera, like some people that stage fright shit as far as performing, that aspect of performing right there, when you got to do the interviews and you got to do that post press conference, that pre press conference, all that shit can get to you. You feel me? Like I can understand. I can definitely understand when it comes to the anxiety about that and that become affecting the performance and all that shit. Definitely can understand that because a lot of people ain't bred for that. Then you got people like Serena and them. They was bred for that. You feel me? Everything that came with it, and they was built for that. They was trained for that.
I don't know Serena using that cream and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like the Olympics on the low might be doing the same thing Hollywood be doing on the low, man. Just the same thing, the same type of pressure, same system.
Especially, I think it all boils down to a lot of the coverage and how things are covered and the amount of coverage. You feel like how the progressions of media, social media, and all types of media. Because if you look at the Olympics 2 Olympics ago, we didn't have the social media presence we do now. You feel me? Like
that is true.
It wasn't it was just the news coverage, and you had what was on the sports channels. That's what you saw. But everything is heightened now. Everything is drilled down. Everybody has an opinion of everything. So if you on an Olympics and you got a bad hair day, you got a percentage of the population is going to drill down on you just because of how your hair was when you're trying to perform the sport, which ain't even a big concern when you out there trying to win and somebody drilling down on how your appearance. You feel me? Like that ain't what you out there for. You out there to play the game. But nowadays with social media, regular media, and just the news, not just covering news covering the dumbest shit about everything. You got newscasters commenting on the dumbest shit about stuff now. So I mean, it puts people in a space, in a real negative space when they just want to go out there just to perform their sport, and that's what they love to do is just play a sport. When all this extra media coverage and shit shouldn't really be about it, because in a lot of other countries, I mean, outside the Olympics, a lot of other countries, their sport coverage ain't as heightened as the Americans is.
Mm-hmm.
But on an Olympic scale, now it's like everything is Americanized times 10.
Mm-hmm.
So if you couldn't deal with it just on a regular level here back home, on that scale, you're gonna break. I mean, it's hard to say, but hey.
No, that's real. I think there's definitely a lot of credence to what you said as far as the scale and the scope of things like increasing during the Olympics. I wonder, is it just overall fame culture in general though? I feel like the athletes have been more publicized recently because of the Olympics, but I feel like this is something that we're seeing with entertainers and all of that. Like, I feel like it's been going on. It's just the athletes are more publicized about it this year.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even back when Britney Spears cut her hair off and stuff, like celebrities been losing their damn mind for a minute. Like, what the hell happened when you become a celebrity? Like,
it's the culture of celebrity, man.
Like we've experienced it on a small level, but I wonder at what point of celebrity does it cross over from you just being famous and people knowing you and stuff to the point where your mental health is now involved?
I mean, I think it boils down to how you carry yourself and how much you put yourself in situations as far as where you go and how much you're involved with paparazzi. Feeling like you take a person like Don Cheadle, famous. Well, you don't hear shit about Don Cheadle.
You saw that. You saw that interview, didn't you, Space? That Don
Damn right.
Hard Cheadle. That I was just talking about it. It's hilarious.
You don't see that motherfucker nowhere. You hear me? But this nigga been making movies and been making movies. He got bread. He got that big bread. You feel me? He got that big bread. He was in Rosewood.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Damn.
Yo.
I definitely forgot he was in there.
Don Cheadle got some movies under his belt, man.
Rwanda was.
You don't never see Don Cheadle.
Hotel Rwanda.
Yep, that was a great movie.
You got some movies out there. Even on the singer tip, you look at people like Chris Brown, who's put himself in a multitude of situations. But you look at somebody who's also from around the same area, Trey Songz. You really don't hear about him that much. You heard him once or twice in the media on some negative stuff, but you really don't hear that. He keep his head down and keep moving. You feel me? Like, you could be rich and famous and still not be in the limelight, and still get your money, still get your bread, still be popular. It's all about how you carry yourself and how you move. And as I was always told, it ain't about what you do. Sometimes it's about who you do it with. You feel me? So I mean, you can be going to the club, but you got negative eyes on you because of the crowd you surround yourself with. So that brings a negative situation to you. You got to know how to move when you got money. When you got money on a certain scale, you got to move extra light because the eyes on you is always somebody watching, always somebody listening, regardless of how much money you got. But when you got money on a larger scale, you got that many more eyes on you, that many more ears listening to what you do and what you're saying, just in case you slip up.
Man, yeah.
You got to move carefully.
No lies detected.
Oh, you end up looking like R. Kelly. Well, no, R. Kelly did that because he's messed up. Speaking of which, motherfuckery, he goes to trial this week for the sex cult.
Good.
Just putting that out there. Next.
What is he going to trial for? What's it even trial for? This bang the gavel say, is announce this shit that bang the gavel again guilty and put that nigga back. Like, come on, man, be real.
Pull up to the court, play the tapes, and then roll out.
Yeah, because our Kelly's fuckery has that kind of started off like our ODU days, pretty much.
Walk that nigga out. Walk that nigga from the back to the court rope, turn him right back around, walk right back in the back.
When that first, no, not you. I was saying that first tape when that came out. Like, I remember everybody on the door was like, you heard the R. Kelly tape? You seen the R. Kelly tape?
Oh, you're saying it came out like around the time when we were at
ODU.
Boy, I was like, what?
No,
not like what we were doing. No, it won't.
No.
Shit on me.
No, I ain't talking about like music and stuff. I'm talking about the when that 16 came out and everybody had it on their computers that had computers.
I'm with you now.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You seen that? You seen that?
No, it was
everybody talking about that junk.
I had it.
It's crazy.
He ate that lady booty out for like 35 minutes.
Yeah, man. They went from there. So this week he's
Then he looked over at us from his American Music Award
with a Zorro mask.
Hey y'all, it's me, Robert.
He almost when he said it wasn't him, I was like, maybe it was looking like, because I was used to R. Kelly with the bald head.
That nigga had the cornrows and was sitting there. This nigga, he could have got away with it if he stayed in the sexual position. But when he came over to the camera in that office and was like fixing the camera and shit, and he put his face that close, I was like, nigga, you are zooming in on your face. Oh, it's definitely you now. If I had a doubt, you done cleared up all of the distortion. You done fixed the exposure. Oh yeah, that's you, Robbie.
But yeah, that's this week. And to end off the good and fuckery, another versus popped up. Damon Wayans wants to challenge Dave Chappelle to a comedian version of Versus.
And I love Damon Wayans. You know what though?
Yeah.
That's an argument there. It comes
how
down to
are
the
they
Versus
basing it?
format and because Dave Chappelle stuff takes so long to heat up, he don't have as many like quick hits like that. This shit is more like a long build-up where I take you on this narrative ride, and then the end of that story is a punchline. Whereas Damon Wayans, he got like
but
those,
if you
quick
ever
20-30-second hits.
If you ever seen Dave Chappelle host something, he's good with those quick goofy moments, those quick jokes.
Oh,
yeah. So
I feel like Damon, he got some. When I first hear it, like when you first hear that, right? There's an immediate thought of Damon Wayans don't stand no chance. It's fucking Chappelle. But then when you really think about it, it's not as far-fetched as you think. Like Damon Wayans is actually one of the top stand-up comedians as well. So like
he ruled. He
got
had
some
a
jokes.
good reign for a long time.
Right.
In the
he was jokes.
Big. He was big when like Dave. I'm pretty sure that was one of the people Dave Chappelle looked at, coming up.
Exactly.
So like now it's like, all right, are we gonna see a Big Brother moment almost? Pretty much, but
but it's definitely it's some shit there though. Like it ain't as far fetched as you might think off the initial just hearing those names. Yeah.
But yeah. So that's the end of the good and fuckery.
All right, the good and fuckery.
So I want to bring up the topic I saw online, right? And see what y'all think about it or whatever.
All right.
I saw this on a meme on a post, and it said you had 24 hours to make a decision on your reparations or whatever. So they gave up these four choices. And me, I'm going at it as like, all right, so say if we had longer than 24 hours to make a decision, what would be because I'm still kind of debating over it. So I wanted to see what y'all would think about it. So the first one for reparations was federal tax exemption. The second one was wiped out all current debt. The third one was lump sum reimbursement for all the federal taxes you have paid. And then the fourth is 50% of all taxes paid by deceased male ancestors. And like, when I look at them, I'm like, really? This doesn't seem like this equate to 40 acres and a mule with inflation, pretty much. But if I was like, if it was a way, if it was to pick one of these, what would be the one to help elevate a person the most?
I think it's going to be individual based because depending on who you are and where you at financially, it's going to depict like what you would choose. And I think for me, it'll definitely be to be debt free. If all of my debt was wiped clean today, I'd be rich in no time. Like when you're talking about how much expendable income I have that goes toward paying off student loans, old credit card loans, and just little small revolving debts, like old medical bills that I didn't realize I even had. I got hit with an ambulance bill about a month ago. That was from back at Mallory when I first moved into Mallory.
Wow.
So when I tell you like the amount of debt that's actually out there that's affecting you, like even the debt
years ago.
Right. But those little things that I don't know about are actually on my credit report and are affecting my credit score, which affects my ability to then get other financial opportunities. So I feel like either. Hold on, what was the other 3 opportunities again? Other than the
The
debt?
federal tax exemption,
Mhm.
a lump sum reimbursement for all the federal taxes you paid so far.
It would be the ancestors. All of the male ancestors taxes that they paid, 50% of that. It would be that or tax or wipe away my debt. But I feel like currently it would be wiping my debt. In about 2 years, I would say the lump sum of those, that 50%, that's gonna be, it ain't gonna be no millions necessarily. That ain't no guarantee, but it would definitely be enough hundreds of thousands that I can do something. I got a lot of male ancestors.
I think for the first one, the federal tax exemption, I think you got to be at a certain tax bracket for that to be like,
yeah, I don't need that
affordable for you or whatever. Like if you like in the millions or whatever, pretty much that might work.
I don't need it there. I don't need it there.
Yeah,
I don't need that there, man. I don't need it there.
And I need to see I need to see the amount of the last 2 of the lump, like what federal. I just want to see how much I paid to the federal government so far, and then
just to get that idea of like what.
Yeah, like how much am I giving to y'all, and how much y'all actually giving? How much I'm giving to y'all for y'all to do such of a fuck up job? Pretty much.
What's your salary? Because you suck.
Because if I fuck up at my job, I'm gonna be reprimanded or worse or whatever. Y'all fuck up at your job, y'all take a whole month off, a whole month off, and you get a pay raise each month with
These
security
are also facts
and free healthcare. So yeah, fuck government. Anyway, and then I just want to see how much I would get through my male ancestors. That would make my final decision, because if it's enough that I can build something and then take away my debt, and I'm going to, do that, but go from there. But what say you, Face? Because I heard you.
If the decision had to be made, it's not gonna be on a person-to-person decision. The government gonna make it on a more wide scale. So the closest financial decision that can be made to get us closest to what was promised, plus inflation, will be 50% of all the tax revenue paid by all the ancestors. Because if you look at our ancestors and the amount of time they put in working, you feel me, and the amount of time that tax revenue was taken out of their money, and the rate of tax revenue that was taken out of their money being how much they were getting ripped off by taxes, they paid a whole lot of taxes. And depending on how many male descendants you've had since slavery, being this is 2021, you may be looking at a good lump sum of money, you feel me, on an individual basis then, as far as the money you receive. But out of all the options, to me, that'll be the biggest financial gain, because you're looking at a multitude of people and the tax revenue they paid in a lifetime. You're getting half of everything per person. You're not getting half of everything all added up together. You feel me? If you're getting half of everything each one of them paid, that's a whole different number. Now, if they're adding everything up and just give you half of that, like, you just get half of this whole lump sum. Nah, give me half of everything he paid, because I know how y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna add that up, y'all gonna tax that big number, then y'all gonna give me half. No, give me everything half. You feel me? So
I got what you're saying.
I think that's
instead of taxing the lump sum, tax the individual lump sum.
You feel me? So I feel that's the best financial decision, based on how the government would choose, because they're gonna choose on, all right, all of them gonna get this, and this is how we're gonna choose. All right, this decision based on this poem. We're just gonna give them this one. Now, if it was based on the individual basis and each person could choose, then it's based off the person's lifestyle and what they're actually looking for and want. Some people are not concerned with money. So they're gonna be like, look, shit, as long as I'm good, cool. But with choosing the option that brings you the most money, you not only set yourself up for financial success for the rest of your life, but with the correct spending and financial literacy, you possibly set up future generations as well.
Yeah.
Because that with that lump sum of money coming in, depending on how old you are, if you in your 40s and 50s right now, you get that lump sum of money. It ain't with so much you gonna do with it. You feel me? Like,
No, that's real. That's
if,
real.
you feel me? Like, it ain't with so much. But if you get that lump sum of money like right now, and you in your 20s, you gonna go dumb with it. You feel me? Especially if you ain't got no family.
Makes sense.
But you got a family, you get that money, you looking at it like, bet I got this money. I can break the chain now. I can break all the cycles. I got the money to do it. They gave me the reparations. I'm gonna do what it was for. I'm gonna set up the family.
Mm-hmm.
This is this, and I got this for the rest of my life. Boom. We all set. Go live. Boom. That's what it's for. That's what that's for. Not to get the money and put it right back into the system.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have that percent of the population is like, all right, I'm gonna choose this to get this quick money, and I'm gonna go ball out real quick. Watch this. I'm gonna
Yep.
go shit on.
Yep.
Watch
I'm
this.
rich, bitch.
I'm gonna give me a new wardrobe. I'm gonna give me 2 new whips. I'm gonna get these chains. Watch. I'm gonna kill them. I'm gonna go to clean up and be flossing. But all y'all got the same shit. All y'all doing the same shit. If I'm like, invest. If you gonna get this money, do something real with it. Invest. Don't buy cars. Cars depreciate with value as soon as you drop it a lot.
So
Buy art.
nice.
Buy land. Feel me?
Yes.
With the population growing, every bit of vacant lots are becoming for sale. As soon as I get this lump sum of money I'm looking for, I'm going to buy this plot of land in Petersburg and just sit on it. That's it. I'm not going to build shit on it. I'm going to sit on it. Because why? Because people are moving in. Somebody else is going to want that land, and they're going to have to pay me for that land. Cool. The money you pay me, I'm going to go get 2 more plots of land, and I'm going to sit on those 2 plots of land. That's it. You feel me? It's all a game.
That's right.
It's all a game. You know, and with this, I'm teaching a skill, and I'm also building wealth and building for the dynasty growing up behind me. That's it. That's what that money be for. If I got reparation type money and I'm going this last option, shit, I'm buying a multitude of acres in a multitude of states. You feel me?
Man, I'm gonna be real with you, man. If I get that big type money like that and this big, like the way you talking, like big, I ain't doing shit for nobody. I'm gonna have money in the savings for my son when he grow up. You feel me? But at the end of the day, I'm about to be lamping. I'm retiring. I'm traveling, and I ain't doing shit else. Don't ask nobody. Like I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and slide off. You know, I'm gonna look out for the family real quick, but for the most part, it's gonna be pretty chill will for the rest of my life. I ain't looking to do no whole lot of. I ain't gonna like. I would like to think that I would be like, oh, I'm gonna be smart with my money. I'm gonna invest it and stuff. It's gonna be a lump sum in my son's account that's gonna be appreciated with interest. But other than that, you can cancel that. Nah, boss.
True.
Yeah, man. Reparations. It'll be great if it happened in my lifetime. It sure would. And it would be that much more awesome if it could be the final option that the government chooses to give back to the African American community. Because not only have we done so much, we continually do so much and influence everything American. So, I mean, just give us some back. Every other culture has received their reparations. The Jews got their reparations.
Let me get my money.
So, like, I hated to be all about money, but damn, give me my 40 acres and a mule. I know what 40 acres really is. I know what right now in Virginia I could do with 40 acres. You feel me? Like, that's bread right there. You feel me? I'd take the fucking 40 acres and a mule right now. Shit. I know what I could do with 40 acres and a mule. You feel me? In Virginia, marijuana is legal. What? I'm renting off acres of my land for growing.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's.
You feel me? I'm renting off acres. You know how many growers? I'm renting off acres right now. What? That's what I'll be doing. Renting off acres. Renting acres for marijuana growers. Renting off acres. Yeah, come grow. Just give me this amount of money a month. to grow on your land. There you
And
go.
Virginia got a
Yep.
history.
I got 40
Wrong.
acres.
Face out there about to have some sharecroppers.
Come on, man. You feel me? America was built on crops. We still the farmers influence America. Feel me? Like, I hate to be on some political shit, but without the farmers of America, we wouldn't really have shit. Like, the industrial motherfuckers, the farmers, the motherfuckers are the backbone of America. You feel me?
Yeah.
Without that industry, we wouldn't.
I understand
have,
what you're saying.
You feel me? So I don't mind being part of. I'd be a modern day farmer with marijuana. I'd do that shit. Give me my 40 acres and a mule. But if the option's up there for that last,
Man, don't give me no goddamn mule. That's another mouth to feed, man. Just give me the 40 acres.
You know, with inflation, that might be,
mule, man.
trucks.
Don't
be giving me no more dependence.
You got 40 acres of grass.
You give me the 40 acres and y'all K your ass on.
Go eat that grass. You got 40 acres.
Yeah. So right now, that could be a couple of trucks, a couple of Mack trucks to push whatever you're farming out into the.
You know?
Man, I don't give a damn what about no trucks. Don't give me no damn mule. I know I don't want no goddamn mule. I don't want no burro. I don't want no donkey. I don't want no ass.
If the option up there for that last
none of
money
that
option
shit.
for 50% of all the taxes, I definitely take that over the 40 acres and the mule. Give me the bread if I have the option. But if I got to settle for the 40 acres and a mule, and 40 acres in a modern day mule, which would be a bulldozer, a truck, and all that other new farm equipment
Give
they
me
got.
A truck. I'll take a truck or a car.
Shit. All that new farm equipment they got. I'll take that shit.
Be mad as hell. I got a damn
for the
bulldozer.
land already. I got plans for that land already. Shit.
Go knock some buildings down. I ain't gonna do nothing good with no bulldozer.
So we in agreement. Government, you heard our takes on reparations. I can't even say.
Don't give us no bulldozers, and we don't want no goddamn mules, burros, asses, or donkeys.
So to say it clearly, so the government will understand when it comes to these choices of federal tax exemption, wipe out current debt, a lump sum of all the federal taxes we've paid so far, and 50% of all the taxes paid by deceased male ancestors. For the last one, if you change that to 100% and put all of that on the list, that's what we want. All four of them in the reparations. So
we don't want no donkey. No, we don't want no burro. No, we don't want no ass. And no, we want no damn mules.
I mean,
give us a car or something. Don't give us no bullshit with our 40 acres.
Female. That's that I want, the human female ass, not no animal donkey.
Nigga, what?
You said you don't want no ass.
Something substantial that will make that.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want no female ass neither. I keep taking my wife's vagina. I'm good.
Well, that's what you.
I don't want no asshole. I don't want no duke shoot. I don't want no turd swirl. I don't want no goddamn Twizzler. I don't want no whatever you call it. I don't want none of that. I'm good on that.
Shut up.
I'm good on all poo-based origins.
Give us something substantial that can make some definite change.
That knew.
And yes, I did say give, because once again, you should give what's owed.
Give me some owed.
Hey, what you owe, Santa?
Give me some owed.
But
U.S. Uncle Sam, give me some owed.
Santa, he's a bitch ass.
Hey, what you owe, Santa?
Yeah, side note, my favorite ever part of Bulldogs. Y'all remember when he was a candy salesman?
No.
And
the fundraiser.
Yeah, I remember the fundraiser. He was selling chocolate.
Was the little girl with the Afro puffs in that one?
Yeah, I think so. And he was like,
I think she was.
When he was like, yo, fuck you, fuck your curly mustache, fuck that Lambo you in.
fuck that plane you came in on?
All right, so a little piece of black blasphemy. Tiz tape. I know the major moments in Boondocks, but I don't remember that much of Boondocks like that.
Nigga, I
Like
watched every episode.
I didn't like
I got that shit on
rewatch that
DVD.
show a lot. I watched it
I got
the
that shit on
first time they
DVD.
dropped, and I never like rewatched them again a lot.
I would say the
It wasn't
last
a common
season.
thing for me.
The last
Yeah.
season they had was kind of it was like watered down. But like the first,
Yeah, I didn't really fuck with the last season.
the first, but I don't think the last season
That was when Aaron was not producing it.
he
no more,
wasn't
right?
part of it, so that's why it was like watered down, and he just did Breaking Bad jokes or whatever. But the first three, classic. One of my favorite is when they had Prosciutto Brown and Stink Meter had a gang, and they all looked like people.
Prosciutto Brown.
Like they had like Fred Sanford is in the gang. They had JJ in the gang. They had Esther from
Esther, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh man, that was awesome.
The old man crew. I do remember that episode.
Rest in peace, Prosciutto Brown.
Are you saying prosciutto?
Bushido?
Bushido?
Bushido. I don't know.
I was like, what? Where is this ooh coming from in the middle of this? Maybe he talking about some
I'm probably saying it wrong.
salami or some type of sandwich meat.
Bushido. Now I put a toe in it instead of a dough. Bushido.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Oh.
Toe in your mouth.
Bullshit.
Awesome. Anyway, yeah, so that was my topic for this week. Episode 39.
39! I
Moving
don't know
right
why I've
along.
been so drunk tonight. I've been just real yelling. I'm gonna tell y'all what it is. I done said it for the past 3 episodes, and I don't think y'all hear me out there, Pod Squad. I'm tired. Like I am running on, I don't know, nothing but good vibes, because it damn sure ain't no energy in this body. So if you see me acting crazy, blame it on the fatigue. I don't know what else to call it, but I'm tired. But what I'm not tired of is great food.
Fatigue.
And that leads me to our Black business of the week. Just found this little spot out in Douglasville, Georgia. It is called the Blue Rose Art Bistro. Me and the wife found this spot. Dope food. They got live DJ that's playing music in the bag while you're eating. Beautiful artwork surrounding you that you can purchase pieces of. So if you like the stuff that you're seeing, you can actually purchase those pieces of art. I think they rent it out as a straight art gallery. I think they do sip and paints, like art lessons, actual events there. So it's just an all around one-stop shop for art and food. But the food is amazing. I had personally their half-pound shrimp with the fries. The shrimp are not like micro shrimp. These are shrimp that are like this big, curled up. So they are a hefty size shrimp, and fried seasoned perfect. Yeah, the coffee was good. The sweet tea was good. Like it was just everything about this place was enjoyable. So if you're hungry, if you like art, or if you like both, please go to Blue Rose Art Bistro. That's at 1244-1. That's 12441 East Veterans Memorial Highway, and it's in Douglasville, Georgia at 30134. Their website is bluerosebistro.com. Go check them out. They're Black owned and amazing food. My wife had the breakfast, my son did as well, and both of them, the breakfast looked amazing and they looked very happy afterwards. And the portions were all so big that every one of us came home with an extra meal. And you know how I like to eat, but I had like literally 2 full meals where I was thoroughly full in this one meal. So it's definitely good portion size. So go check them out. Blue Rose Art Bistro in Douglasville, Georgia. BlueRoseBistro.com. BlueRoseArtBistro.com. And that's the Black business of the week. Anybody else got one or?
Nope.
Cool. That was easy. So support Black business, but another Black business that you can always support. And before I get into that, Pat, did you want to say something? I saw you start and then you stopped.
No, I don't know what the hell I was thinking about. So you can go ahead. Yeah.
Right on. Respect.
It's
King.
getting
Respect.
down to that tab.
Respect, King. No doubt. But another Black business that we do have on the docket, as always, is us. It's us, Negroes, the Podnas. Yeah, if you want to support financially, there's a few ways you can do it. You can always go to the Cash App, $Podna Tiers 1. Shout out to Andrea Jackson. Shout out to Brown Sugar Baby. Shout out to Gator Girl. Shout out to everybody. Ebony Gemini. Just shout out to everybody who sent us a Cash App since we've started. We thoroughly appreciate them. We're not necessarily poor by any means, but we're also not well-to-do. So all financial donations help. And eventually we're trying to make this our full-time job. So the fact that you're even financially supporting us, you've already made us now professional podcasters. So thank you. Another way you can financially support, though, you can also go to buymeacoffee.com and donate as well for as little as $1. But if you want a membership, you can stay on buymeacoffee.com, and for $5 or more, you can become a member, or you can also become a member on patreon.com. And for those memberships, you get behind the scenes access, unedited episodes, you get our Discord. So you can talk to us offline outside of the public eye, just, more intimate pod squad convos. You get members only events and activities. You get discount codes on the merch, where you get way better discounts than the average. So, man, just you can do that financially there at those two places. So buymeacoffee.com/thepodnas or patreon.com/thepodnas. If you want to also support financially, but you would like something tangible in return, not just our gift of gab and our podcast, but you want something in your hand, on your back, you can drink out of, you can put on your phone, you can wear, whatever the case may have you. Face, how can they get merchandise from us?
Well, coming this weekend, coming this Saturday, whatever state you live in, whatever continent you reside on, you can go to artrayclothing.com. Once again, that's artrayclothing.com to get all Face and Partners apparel. Once again, that's ARTRE clothing.com.
Stores will be updated on the website coming this week, so please do not click on the store links right now. Well, I guess right now you can, but coming this weekend, please do not. Please do not. Please do not.
You can.
By the time you hear this,
click on all stores.
It'll probably be fixed. But anyway, yeah.
Coming soon. Coming this Saturday. New store opening. Grand opening.
New merch coming. New merch. New store coming.
Yeah.
New merch. Hey. And you will see the excitement in me because this is the first time I'm hearing that it's actually officially ready to launch. Face has been promoting it over the past few weeks. He's been talking to us offline, just letting us know the progress. But this is the first time we're actually getting the announcement along with you that store is officially about to launch. Come on, get you some merch, y'all.
New shit.
What was that website one more time, Face?
artrayclothing.com.
Spell it for
ARTRE clothing.com. You should know by now I don't spell simple words for you. So words like clothing and closet, can't get them out of me. artrayclothing.com. ARTRE clothing.com.
Indeed. And after you leave artrayclothing.com, picking up your new Podnas gear and merch, slide on over to our social media and interact with us, man. We're always there. And you don't have to be a Pod Squad member as far as the Patreon or to buy me a coffee to get in contact with us offline and outside of our business hours. You don't have to comment to talk to us. If you just want to have a conversation with us and just get to know more about us or interact with us about random topics of the day, how can they get in touch with us on social media, Pat?
You know that @ symbol and then THEPODNAS, and that is our Twitter. That is our Instagram. You can find us on Facebook if you put in a search or whatever. We have two of them. There's the Podnas, and then we have Tiz Face Pat are the Podnas. So @ symbol THEPODNAS. That's Instagram, Twitter, also TikTok.
Indeed.
And
on everything.
And we have the live show that comes on Sunday. So if y'all have crazy videos y'all want us to like react to, you can send it to any of one of our social medias @ THEPODNAS.
Please DM your topics, DM your videos, DM anything you want us to cover. Speaking of covering stuff, Dominique Jones, I got the Umar content coming back for you. I'm just kind of doing my research because, it's been a minute since I was really on him like that and really paying attention. So I want to make sure when I come back, I actually have something to say. So just give me a second. I got you, though. I have not forgot about you, Dominique Jones. I got you, bro. Peace to you too, King. Thank you for all the love always. But yeah, man, I think that's it. We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us for yet another episode. We almost at episode 40, guys. Next week is episode 40. That's pretty fucking huge. At episode 52, we'll officially be at 1 year. So that's pretty amazing. And yeah, man, just thank you to all of you who have either been with us from the very beginning, meaning you were in that first wave of subs that came through and started showing us love and joining us in the Pod Squad, or whether you are a new Pod Squad member where you've just subscribed within the past couple months. We thank you. If you're a subscriber that left, we thank you because you were still a member of the Pod Squad and that membership does not expire when your subscription is. So thank you to all the support. We love you guys. Y'all got anything else you want to say to the people, my guys?
Robble.
We be on, then I'm about to roll up and eat and then go to sleep. And yeah.
Rabble. As always, I have been your boy Tiz, and I have been along with
the other third of the partners, the Padawan here. Normally I don't have something funny to say, but the only thing else I have to say is I'm along with dramatic pause.
The final third of the partners. It's your boy Face, and I'm leaving the place. Peace out.
Rabble. Good night, y'all. We see y'all next time. Peace, love, and hair grease. And so